Always trust everyone to be themselves. Let that sink in. At first it might sound reckless, but the deeper truth is this. Trusting people to act according to their nature isn't about naivety. It's about clarity. It's about freeing yourself from the energy-draining burden of trying to control what others do. Trust isn't about blind faith. It's about seeing people for exactly who they are and knowing how to respond. It takes too much energy to live in constant suspicion, to second-guess every word, every action, every motive. That kind of mindset exhausts you. It keeps you paranoid, always doubting, always bracing for betrayal. And here's the kicker. It doesn't even protect you. Instead, it blinds you to what's right in front of you. But when you flip the script and trust people to be exactly who they are, everything becomes clear. Trust the snake to bite. Trust the liar to lie. Trust the thief to steal. Not because you're naive, but because that's their nature. A snake doesn't betray you when it bites. It does what snakes do. A liar doesn't shock you when they lie. It's who they are. A thief doesn't surprise you when they steal. They're just being consistent. The problem isn't that people are unpredictable. It's that we ignore what's obvious. We look at the snake and convince ourselves it won't bite us. We hear the liar's promises and pretend this time they're telling the truth. We trust the thief with our valuables, hoping they'll change. And every time, we're disappointed. But why? The signs were always there. When you trust people to act in alignment with their nature, you take away the element of surprise. You don't expect loyalty from someone who's shown you disloyalty. You don't expect honesty from a liar. You don't expect honor from someone who lacks it. You aren't blindsided, you aren't betrayed, and you aren't drained by disappointment. This isn't about cynicism, it's about wisdom. It's about seeing people for who they truly are and acting accordingly. Because here's the truth. Most people reveal themselves early on. Their words, their actions, their habits, they're all windows into their character. But too often we ignore the signs. We want to believe something else. We waste energy hoping for change where there's no foundation for it. We get mad at the snake for biting us, even though we saw its fangs from the start. And then, we call ourselves victims. But in reality, we ignored reality. When you trust people to be themselves, you stop fighting the truth. You stop wasting energy trying to force people into molds they'll never fit. It's simple. Trust them to act according to their nature, and trust yourself to see them clearly. Because that's where the real power lies, not in trying to change others, but in trusting your instincts. When you recognize someone's nature, you're no longer vulnerable to their actions. You stop being the person who's blindsided, who's hurt, who's left wondering what went wrong. You know what to expect, and you act accordingly. But let's address the biggest issue. Most people don't trust themselves. They don't trust their own eyes, their own instincts, their own judgment. They see the snake but convince themselves it's harmless. They hear the liar but ignore the lies. They know the thief's history but leave the door unlocked anyway. And then, when the inevitable happens, they feel betrayed. Here's the truth you need to hear. Trust isn't about them. It's about you. It's about your ability to observe, to understand, and to navigate the world with clarity. It's about taking responsibility for how you respond to the truth in front of you. Trust everyone to be themselves. Trust the snake to bite. Trust the liar to lie. Trust the thief to steal. But most importantly, trust yourself. Trust that you have the ability to see people clearly and to make decisions that protect your energy, your peace, and your future. This isn't cynicism. It's survival. It's strategy. It's clarity. When you live by this principle, you stop wasting time on disappointment. You stop exhausting yourself with constant suspicion. You stop giving people more chances than they deserve. And here's the beauty of it. When you trust people to be themselves, you gain freedom. Freedom from frustration. Freedom from betrayal. Freedom from the endless cycle of hoping people will be something they're not. So ask yourself this. Can you trust yourself to see people for who they truly are? Can you trust your instincts to guide you? Can you trust your eyes to recognize the truth even when it's uncomfortable? Because once you do, you'll stop being surprised. You'll stop being hurt. You'll start making smarter, sharper decisions. That's the game. Trust everyone to be themselves, but trust yourself to see them clearly. When you do, you don't just survive, you thrive.